historically and traditionally, it's the manufacturing sector which has adopted apprenticeships. Uh, uh, so, would you want to share some of the best practices that your organization is doing to implement apprenticeships?
Sumit, I have a slightly different view. Unfortunately, moment we say apprentices, 90% of us go back to legal things like Apprenticeship Act and all.
Yeah.
And that's why I would rather talk about trainee as a word, which is what I guess was the origin when it originated in Germany from a guild kind of stuff. So I wouldn't like to get stuck to apprenticeship as a word because somewhere then multiple other questions arise. Somewhere government also restricts people from hiring apprentices in some of the trades, which is an unfortunate thing, but so be it.
No, but isn't it that the optional trade had made it more flexible for the organization to go and hire in any trade in any job role?
Correct. But the mindset of the people is something like this. I also see a couple of questions coming where people are asking, what about in HR, finance and all? So the broader mindset is more about if I am hiring an apprentices, it's more either in manufacturing, which is what 90% of the people will think, or maybe in sales, which is what another 60% of people will think. If you take a poll, maybe only 5% of people will say, okay, in HR also you can get an apprentice. And that's why I would like to walk away from apprentices and rather focus on the word trainees. We hire trainees in all job roles, whether in HR, finance, sales, manufacturing, or research and development. Yes, my target audience differs, my target colleges differ, but I have this pipeline in all different job roles available. How the pipeline works is, of course, it's all dependent on the manpower planning, what is the final requirement, and so on. But fundamentally, the entry population has to be 3 times of what is required 2 years later for me. That's the pipeline I create when it comes from a trainee perspective. And then I hope that I will end up with 33 to 40% of pipelines surviving after 2 years so that my positions get fulfilled. How it is helping me? Number one, I don't have to pay partners to hire from outside. Number two, I already have an internal built-in pipeline, which I can actually start placing people and then picking up from what Dr. Bhoon said or what Mr. Singh said. It's more about they have been in your organization, they understand how your organization works, and then you can actually be placing them into different job roles. Number three, since they have been hired early in their years, they are still ready to be molded. When you hire a trainee, your average age, if you hire a diploma trainee and so on and so forth, it's further down the line. But even if you hire an MBA trainee, the average age is below 21 years. You still have opportunity of molding that guy. So those are the advantages I get when I follow the trainee route. How it helps the trainees also is one, they get an opportunity of evaluating the organization. Number two, upfront in their life, they have struck a point where they have to admit a fact that I am a trainee. I am not into a retiring at 60 years of age job. Now, this mindset is very different. If I'm hiring a worker or a workman, by default, the mindset is it's going to be a retirement at 60 years job. Moment the mindset becomes that no, it's a trainee job, I need to perform, I need to grow in my life, the productivity is given for at least first 5 to 10 years, because then the person will be able to contribute more. The person is actually working harder and harder on the ground. So this mindset change also helps, not only from a perspective of what is the difference between an apprentice or a trainee, but even from a perspective of the person whom I'm hiring, the kind of mindset I'm putting him up front. Accordingly, my compensation packages are also designed that provided you go ahead and complete 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, you will get extra XYZ amount. So that's the kind of interrelated differentiation I create between the different channels of hiring and the different job roles that I hire for. Last but not the least, it's a symbiotic relationship. From a trainee perspective, I can also provide more job roles. As I told you, if I would have hired lateral people, I would have only hired 1/3 the people. Here I have hired thrice the number. So finally, I've also given job opportunities to multiple people. Some may not like to take a job, that's their call. They may not be able to perform on the job, that's again their call. But fundamentally, as an organization, I have also given more and more jobs to more and more people, which I guess is also the need of the country today, going by where we are on the population front. So these are the job roles that I hire people in, what benefit I get in as an organization, what benefit trainees get as an organization, and of course, what kind of symbiosis we can exist within us.